This is the spot about 2 years ago. My buddy and I were camping, and we found a set of tracks coming right along here. Started from the creek. We found a couple impressions on the other side, so we think it crossed the creek here and walked right up through here. The tracks measured at 15 inches, and the stride was about 4 to 4.5 feet. And they just traveled straight up this pathway. This is the spot that had me asking questions afterwards, like, could Bigfoot be for real? So this is basically where it all started for me. It's good to be back. I'll show you the rest of the area. So the tracks came up from this way. We lost them about right here. We think they turned back into the creek there. But we had about half a dozen or so tracks right down that path. So we were camping. It was springtime, early April. It's one of my first Bigfoot videos I posted on YouTube. It's called Bigfoot Tracks near Colville, Washington. When I came back out here the second weekend, I found another series of tracks. And, well, first of all, that spot right over there is where we were camping the first time. For on my next weekend coming out here, I found another set of tracks, actually 3 sets. The first set of tracks I disregarded because I was new to the whole Bigfoot thing, and the tracks only measured at about 11 inches. It never even dawned on me to think of a juvenile Sasquatch. Those tracks ran right through here, going that way. So when I was following them, ground here is really soft. Came up to another line of tracks right up here that were coming from this way. Looks like they originated down here at the actual creek. They came up through here, up this way, and I casted one of them, and there was only 3 toes present. And it sunk in, it was somewhere in this general area, and it sunk in about a good 2 inches to 3 inches into the soil. And as I came up this way, they connected with some more tracks coming from this direction, this way. These ones measured at 19 inches. So my theory was, could have had a family pod in here. So we're here at this little pavilion that overlooks this little pond here in the Pend Oreille Wildlife Refuge, and it's just a little beaver pond completely made by beavers. Now the report that comes from this little area were 2 women who came out at the end of last summer. They just wanted to take a little country drive, and they came out and walked out onto this pavilion, and they were just taking in the view, watching the ducks and stuff, when they heard what they described as wood knocks coming from that direction. They heard 2 of them, but they didn't really give it much thought. And within a few minutes, they heard a second knock coming from up in this direction. This one sounded a lot closer and a lot more powerful. They said they actually did feel a little uncomfortable, like they were being watched, but they didn't see anything. They didn't hear anything moving around, but they definitely heard wood knocks coming from this general area. And this happened last summer of 2015. Okay, we're here at Potter's Pond, and we have a few reports that have come from this general area. And just right over here is Lake Bailey that I talked about earlier in the last video. So let's head out to this dock and we'll talk about the first story. Okay, this is Potter's Pond. This is a popular place to come fishing. The first report came from a gentleman. This happened about 2 summers ago. As he came out here about 5 o'clock in the morning to beat all the fishermen. And he came down this road right over here. And that is when he saw what he described as a large black figure that was coming from this direction. It was actually in the water, and it took off into the tree line. He said it was upright and running on 2 legs. It really kind of startled him at first, and to be honest with you, I don't even know if he stayed around and did any fishing that day. But he described it as very massive, wide, and he said it looked at least 7 to 8 feet tall as it ran into the tree line. Now this is about 5 o'clock in the morning, midsummer, a couple years ago. So one thing I want to note though is that there has been a lot of bear sightings in this area, especially black bear. So some of these reports might be just misidentifications of a bear, but his story of seeing something running off on 2 legs definitely does not sound like a bear to me. There is a history of Bigfoot activity in this area, from vocalizations, from wood knocks. I've been out here a lot over the last few years, and I've never heard anything, at least not yet, in this area. Tracks have been found, especially in this general area, but I've never seen any pictures, just stories of it. So, are they seeing black bears? Possibly. Are they seeing a Bigfoot? Who knows? But I just wanted to throw that out there just to be on the safe side. So this is the Potter's Pond campsite. Now, this next report, I've tried to look up any information regarding it, and I can't find anything about this report. Supposedly the BFRO came out and investigated this, but I can't confirm any of this. So if you have any information regarding this this report, please let me know. This happened back in 2000, 2001. A retired couple were camping out here late summer, early fall, and they had a pickup truck and a small camper, and they were out here for about a week, and they woke up in the middle of the night about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning to their camper completely shaking back and forth. It freaked them out. Once the trailer stopped, they got up and came out to investigate, and they didn't see anything, but they described a really strong odor in the air, and it kind of freaked them out. So they actually got in their vehicle and drove back into Colville and got the sheriff's department, brought them back out to investigate what could have shaken their trailer. And when they came back, supposedly the whole camper was tipped over on its side. Not sure if there was any tracks found at all, but they could not identify what knocked over their trailer. They eventually left the area, and I don't think they've come back to this area for any type of camping. But this happened sometime in 2000, 2001. A lot of people have described that there is a male Sasquatch between 9 to 10 feet that's very territorial in this area. Over the last 10, 15 years, I've gotten stories about this one Pacific Bigfoot But like I said, I've never heard anything out here. I've never experienced anything like this. And of course, I couldn't find any information regarding this report. So if anyone has any information about this, please let me know. But it happened right here at Potter's Pond, at this location.